It'll be interesting to see sort of what stuff OG going to do. You know, we saw in the Alliance series they had some fun stuff. That's for the tops and the mid Shadow Demon. Are they going to do that stuff against Liquid?
Are they going to go full on unorthodox again, or are they going to do some normal stuff, some meta stuff? I mean, they seem they're playing the game of their own.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they won sort of the TI. You know, sure, since post TI, it's not really done much for them. They haven't, you know, they've looked sort of, you know, like that sort of the magical period of TI came to an end, and things returned to how it was before. And obviously, they did have the change. They're no longer with Anna for now.
No longer
for now.
For now.
For now.
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
We'll see what they can pull out this game. Yeah, the respect for Topson there and Jerax, as we saw some Jerax Monkey King earlier from OG, as both the Monkey King and Shadow Demon banned out. OG themselves taking away that Kotl and the Lone Druid.
Yeah, both OG and Liquid actually have played Kotl today. It's going to be really interesting to see which route this series takes us in terms of meta, because the matches that we saw from OG earlier, they were definitely not orthodox, and Liquid as well, bringing out the Tinker earlier, also a hero that we really haven't seen that much of. Shadow Demon, yeah, as I said, is still banned, so it will be curious to see which heroes we're going to see from these two teams, because I think it's going to be something completely different.
Yeah, something unorthodox again.
Yes.
They don't really want to reveal all their strategies just yet as well. I really like the Monkey and the Shadow Demon ban. Those heroes are so hard to draft against, because when OG picks them, you don't know. Yeah, you just don't. You have no clue what's up.
You don't know necessarily where they're going either. They've got multiple players that play both.
Oh, that's what I meant. And then in the game as well.
And then you don't know what's going to happen. You know, is this Shadow Demon just going to blow up half our team? You don't know.
There is still a Magnus in the pool, and even though obviously we have seen different drafts, we have seen first phase ban Magnuses in the games we have seen today. Yeah. So this is a hero left in.
By the way, these last two bans, Enchantress and Darkseer, like, I really love that OG instantly bans Darkseer, because
they see the
you see the Enchantress ban, you know it.
And there's your Magnus, as expected, it's left, so OG they're of course going to take in the first two.
And the Prophet.
So looking to be maybe not a Seb Magnus, maybe unless that is a Topson Prophet. Or more likely, maybe probably a support Prophet from them.
I mean, yeah, it can be.
It can be OG. It could be anything. They could. You know, we've seen in
Terrorblade. It could be anything.
I'm gonna start doing my thing.
Yeah.
And you can start doing yours.
Terrorblade's in. Gets in for Liquid.
All right, Terrorblade Liquid. That
so what for RTW?
Most likely the. Beat that.
Liquid, sorry.
Well, I don't have to yet. Well, actually, I do, because Earth Spirit, I guess, is
gonna be on that off.
Is gonna be on that off lane. I mean, that's where I want it, because that's roaming. He's roaming.
Yeah, roaming, of course.
All right, Magnus, we want on the Radiant side.
I think put it for Seb for now, right?
Yeah, just in case.
He's always playing the Magnus. Like, if there's someone's going to be a support, it's probably going to be the Prophet.
Probably the Prophet.
Yeah, do you want? But I would say also offlane Prophet.
Yeah, but it's Seb. Seb will play the Magnus. Like, I don't see them doing it.
Yeah, I think it's like
no, but it's like dual lane type. I would say, or you want me to slide it all the way over there? I'd rather keep it here and then slide it over once it is needed to be slided over.
It is usually played as 5 and on that safe lane, but because you're lazy to slide it there. She's just afraid that the slide is gonna fail.
All right.
That's what's happened.
There we go.
Let's go.
I'm going. I'm telling in advance. I'm going for this.
And you're gonna miss.
This push right here.
You're gonna miss.
She's so gonna miss.
She's gonna miss. Wow.
I mean,
not even close.
Absolutely miles off.
But that's where he's gonna be, though.
That's
most likely.
Totally intended.
Maybe he's mid as well. Like, we don't
know. We really don't know. It could be anything, really. That's the beauty of it.
And we'll see what RTW is going to play, because we saw 2 games from him. 1, he played the Terrorblade. Obviously, Liquid have got that this time. 2, he played the Ember. It's been banned out by Liquid, so RTW is going to have to go elsewhere.
It's so good versus DB. Used to be one of the picks.
Yeah. I mean, because you can go even like the Veil Maelstrom build, can't you? Just blow him up.
Veil Maelstrom.
Yeah.
Like, there were 2 heroes that were picked constantly versus TB. It's Ember and Zeus.
But
Zeus not really in the meta, but so isn't.
And apart from when Topson's in the game, Zeus.
But there there's a Magnus in the game, and they haven't banned out Juggernaut, nor Troll,
Yeah, there are.
Yeah,
nor
yeah.
PA.
Yeah, I mean,
There's great
there's
heroes.
still great heroes for RTW, yeah. Jug, I think for RTW, probably Jug or the Troll.
Jug or the Troll.
Would be
I think
really good.
Troll is perfect this game
Yeah.
versus the TB. Jug is also fine with the Magnus. I mean, there's PA, Magnus, it works, but it's not
We've
that
seen it
good
work
with
real
Magnus.
great,
Yeah.
actually.
Remaining.
And it gives you that minus armor that you can use on the Terrorblade straight up.
It's great. I still go with
They're all good.
Yeah,
They're all really good
Yeah.
with Magnus. I mean, so that sort of way of playing is still really strong at the moment.
The best one got banned out. That's the Morphling. Probably the best hero versus Terrorblade to pick. But yeah, they still have options. And yeah, Team Liquid, they believe in their. That's Jug.
Yeah. I mean, it's there. They're going to take it. And if you did compare the options, you that one probably has the most benefits. In a game
Okay.
like this.
Yep.
This one on the lane.
Yeah, most likely Magnus. Oh, that's
That was like with the slight curve, you know? Yeah. Perfect. All right. So we were expecting the Juggernaut.
Yep.
What are we thinking for Liquid?
I mean,
all right. So they have
They
their
want-
4 and 1. They're probably gonna go with the 5 now. Something
Yeah,
that
another support. A non-orthodox support.
maybe something that can save the TB.
Grimstroke is still in the pool as well.
Grimstroke, Dazzle is alright. Not really played as 5-way too much. Oracle is good.
Oracle is still in, yeah.
so interested with something these teams are ignoring like OD.
Wyvern.
Like Wyvern. Well, that's the save, but
That's you.
That's not only a save. Basically, why Wyvern is picked, and this hero is forgotten right now. But why Wyvern is so good is not only the save, it's the counterplay for that Magnus. So when you take this Wyvern and you put him on that safe lane, not only do you have a strong hero that's versus. I mean, this hero is perfect right now. Wyvern used to be the
Solid,
counterpick
yeah.
versus Prophet.
Yep.
Wyvern is a save for the Terrorblade, and Wyvern is also the complete counterplay to the Magnus RP. So this hero should do very well in this particular game. So I really like that. I really like the pick.
Not a hero that we see a lot, but
No.
as you say,
Definitely not.
it sells itself this draft so far.
These kind of teams, like, they don't truly need the meta. They just pick heroes that are good and in the current game, and they win with them. So
I wonder if we'll see some sort of more team fight from Liquid that's going to be able to really synergize well with the setup as well the Wyvern can offer from the ult. OG, they'll grab the bat. So where is this all going with the bat, the Nature's Prophet, and the Magnus? I mean, they got 3 offlane
it's
heroes.
the MP and Magnus supports most likely, and
Yeah.
then position
then the
for
bat
Magnus
is-
5 Furion, and the bat is off.
But Seb
I
not
guess.
playing I mean, unless it's like a Thompson.
Yeah, actually,
I think a
you're
Thompson
right.
Prophet.
Maybe.
He would be the kind of guy who would play a mid Prophet.
That's right. I mean, mid Prophet is really good right now, so it could be.
It could be a Thompson. It could be.
It's
It's
hard
OG.
draft, yeah.
They really do switch so many things around.
I mean, the thing is, TB and Wyvern crush Prophet. If Prophet is
Sure,
offlane,
so you
they
don't really
crush
want to
him.
push it as a core.
You don't want Prophet as offlane. You can put Prophet as mid,
Yeah.
but we can say with confidence that it's most likely not going to be position 3.
Yeah.
So you either have the bat or the Magnus on 3.
And then you want the bat more. You know,
Then
like
you want the bat
at the
more,
moment.
but it can be mid as well, I suppose. The Nature's Prophet can be
could
mid,
be.
Magnus can be 4.
So what is definite? Jug definitely not a core. Sorry, definitely not a support.
Jug is
Definitely not a
Definitely
support.
not the core.
He's most likely
Prophet
that safe
definitely
lane.
not on the off lane. And then as you say, Mag or bat. They're your two off laners.
And most
Seb,
likely Mag 4,
probably.
Prophet off the bat.
Because you
Makes
have
sense, yeah.
that. You have the Jug, so the Mag can afford to just be a support this game and empower.
That makes most sense, but honestly, it's OG. They had
OG.
Shadow Demon last game of it, so it can definitely go in any direction.
And who knows, if
like
they have a bad
purple.
game, all 4 could end up looking like supports. You never know.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Looks like Liquid also doesn't know what's happening because they are taking
They're
through that
going right
bonus
down
time.
on the bonus time.
Yeah. 20 seconds left.
They're just listening to our explanation.
They are.
What's
They're like,
happening,
right, watch
you
the
know,
stream. These
waiting,
guys
yeah.
are
Well, they
experts.
will have to
They've
wait
seen the board.
5
Yeah.
minutes, so
They've seen the border
it's a little bit longer than that.
They have their ways.
They can see to the future.
Yeah.
Which role?
Abaddon.
An old school counter to the Bat Rider.
Okay.
A hero, basically, you have that shield to deal with the stacks.
And of
And of
course,
course, the lasso.
and the RP.
And the RP.
You pop ult, you shield someone else, 2 people out of an RP.
Another save
Yeah.
for the Terrorblade.
Offlane?
Most likely offlane.
Nearly off the lane. Yeah, that's MC's Hero saving Miracles for last. And well, why
it could be like some position. No, it can't. It's offlane Abaddon 100%.
Yeah.
Definitely works versus Batwell.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he's going to be able to do versus Jack plus Fury on lane, if that's the lane.
You can shield off the lasso.
No, it's very good. The saves now that they've got make this a very nice game for the Terrorblade.
Definitely.
Like, he can chill, because there's so many ways that they can keep out. No, I keep saying RTW because we watched him earlier.
Doesn't get buffed yet. Because now
he has those stacks.
His stacks now stack faster or something, or his stacks now stacks better. There was something about those stacks that got better. I think it's less attacks that he needs to get it silenced.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, yeah.
I haven't played Abaddon in
I've not seen Abaddon in.
Oh, okay.
Who plays this hero? It's just not. It's not a top.
Who does that? Who picks Abaddon? Liquid, of
Liquid
course.
does.
So the Venom ban
has a horse.
Venom ban, interesting to see. Because not assuming that Matu play. I guess are they assuming that Miracle will play the TB and that Miracle and Matu will swap for this game then?
Yeah.
The changes for
Matu, there you go. So they do.
Viper.
Matu's on the Viper, Miracle TB.
You ban out the Razor, you take the Viper.
Yeah.
You get a hero that's gonna scale well through the mid game to create space for TB with his team.
So,
this Viper is a hard kill too.
Do you think that I got Tops and Pugner? Okay, so it is going to be. It must be support Magnus and support Prophet, right?
Yeah, it is.
I think
that's what.
That's what you thought. Then,
the changes that Abaddon has is that the Curse of Avernus lasts longer, 4.5 seconds rather than 4, and the shield is actually reduced in mana cost. It still ends at the same, but now it's tiered with levels as it wasn't before.
Here he is.
Viper versus Pugna mid.
There we go. I was wondering why the camera was aimed at me. I'm like, oh yeah, they like me.
So OG Liquid, we've got quite a selection of heroes here.
I think that based on the games we've seen, I am a little bit more happy with the way OG played. I also really believe in the Magnus. I think Magnus Jug is just a good combo to have. So yes.
Oh, you're going with OG?
I'm going with OG.
I would not go against Matu on a green hero, Miracle on his Terrorblade.
Yeah, I'm going Matu on a green.
Yeah, Matu on a green hero.
Liquid.
Like, sure, they've got some different stuff, but it's
Matu on a green hero.
Matu on a green hero, Miracle on Terrorblade. It's
You do have Magnus plus Jug though. That's super scary.
That's good.
You do have Pugna on Topson as well.
That's very scary.
Yeah,
it's going to be close. It should be a great game.
I think it should be a great game, regardless. Indeed.
This might be the game in which Shiver catches up to you, man.
On the predictions.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, we can't really say for sure. These teams are so evenly matched.
But it's
going to be a lot of fun.
It should be a lot of fun.
It feels like a final.
This is the game that everybody's... Wait, who's got a platinum hero? Someone's got a platinum hero. Is that Miracle's platinum hero? Someone had platinum.
I think it's Topson's Pugna.
Oh, Topson Pugna in it, yeah.
Well,
you can see the thing on the top there.
Platinum Pugna.
Platinum Pugna.
Not mastered, though. A casual Pugna player. Needs to step it up, Topson.
So there's no tail on the Prophet. Jarek's on the Magnus.
Yep.
Seb and Bat.
These two supports can kind of feel very wonky.
There's a little,
Like if you see these
if this happens in your pops,
you're worried. You're like, alright, guys, we lost. Like, AFK Fountain.
Yeah.
No, I think both teams will enjoy this game as well. I think it's safe to say there's no guaranteed draft winner. I think both have their own merits that could work out.
No, for sure. Yeah, I think both girls have good ideas behind.
I love how you said it. They're gonna enjoy the game. It's about the participation.
No.
Have fun.
No, they're gonna try real hard. Is what I mean. It's like they know that's. No,
I mean,
this is a fun game to play for them. They know it's like an evenly matched game as well.
Let's see, No Tail is in trouble, being blocked up by Kuro. Miracle's there with the Metamorphosis, and he's got the damage to find First Blood.
He still got some more tree and style right before he died. Chasing down the Winter Wyvern with that. It was fairly low as well, but...
they have one thing.
He
got the rune, didn't he?
Another rune.
So
2 for 2 though.
Is it?
Yeah, because ILTW got one on bot as well.
You got one on.
No, but I thought 3 went.
Oh yeah, Pugna went top.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
2 for 2. One good thing though for OG is the fact that Terrorblade popped his meta for that first blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's not gonna have it. Yeah, he's not gonna have it in the lane, and it's so hard for him to lane versus Bat right now without the metamorphosis. I think he might just dodge even. He needs his supports here immediately.
Yeah, Winter Wyvern had to walk all the way back to base. He's now probably gonna teleport to the lane that he is needed in, but he's yet to make a decision. Which top lane?
Yeah.
All right.
They were just deciding.
Yeah, they were. You saw him turning around and we're going bottom, we're going top. He is indeed going top lane. Right, Magnus Juggernaut lane. Ooh, hello.
Oh. Hello, Jerax. Sup, dude?
Did he mean to do that to clear the trees? Or
Yeah,
was
of course.
Okay.
He meant
All
that.
right.
Like those
I mean,
trees are game changing.
for sure.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'll see up top. Bit of pressure on the GH. He's got 3 stacks on him. As he is being blocked up as well nicely by these treants. Does still have the roll though. Will need to use it to keep the distance. And we'll see how long they can continue to slow down Miracle's farm on the top lane with the pressure that they're applying with that Bat Rider. Mid lane, Topson versus Matumbaman. Matumbaman 5 for 2, Topson 3 for 1. So far a bit of a start for Matu, but as the levels come online for Topson, we should see him being able to step up the amount of pressure he can put on and getting this wave close and underneath Matumbaman's tower so he can start chipping away at that tier 1 with the blast.
Yeah, you don't really expect Topson to lose on his Pugna. So far it's kinda even. Viper definitely more in the meta at the moment. Nautilus is doing so much work with these pesky little trees on this lane too, just harassing them out. Turbo still doing fairly well even with that start without the meta. Has 10 CS. 2 stone shields on Abaddon, by the way. Did you notice that?
Yeah, we've started to see some offlaners do that more now. I mean, what was it? It was never get his Ice
That was
Ice
the
Ice.
Darkseer, yeah.
When he was playing Darkseer, he got the 2 stouts.
Oh, Seb, in a bit of a pickle. He dead. He not dead. He dead. All right. That was the next metamorphosis coming out.
This is a top lane that maybe you'd expect to see the TB suffer a little bit more against the Bat. But Miracle getting the farm and getting kills thanks to the backup of his supports.
This is so annoying. The Crapify. Try to last it, the Crapifies you. At the same time, Viper doing fairly well so far. It's Matumbaman on this Viper.
It's probably the best Viper in the world.
I don't know if that's something to be proud of.
But Matu would be. Matu would be proud of it.
He would be actually.
Oh, did he try to deny? He did, but
He did.
didn't manage.
Yeah, cast animation too long
Yeah.
on the missed coil. Getting an LTW a kill as well as his bottom lane. Going even better than Miracles. He's getting good denies as well. So, good start really for both of the carries. As neither side lane being pressured too hard by the off lane. As mid lane, Topson being dove upon, will keep himself safe there as he backs up with the grab fight. No tells got the vision with the sprout. Verifier is there, but there's no way.
Miss! And he has a stone to roll away further.
The RNG not working in No Tail's favour there, as GH gets a safe free pass.
And a region route? No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Hello.
Oh,
He's got him. He's got him.
He's got it.
Yeah, he's got him.
no.
He lost the read, but he got the kill.
Yeah.
GH in the end.
But GH just kind of walked down to that. I mean,
Yeah, he could.
He had to try, because he knew that if he was going to just walk a different way, he was going to get chased with the skewer
guess.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
With the region. So he had to try. Or maybe he was buying stuff. But I
maybe he thought that Jerax was on his team. I don't know.
I choose to believe that he had to try and he knew he was dead otherwise anyway.
he knows better than we do. That's
Yeah, that is the one thing we can be certain about.
GH is above mortal man.
He is.
Once again, well, mid lane this time around, Matu actually gets the solo kill in the 1v1, killing off Topson.
mind control. Oh, the stun, the stun from the centaur.
We're working against OG there.
Bounty rune spawning though.
And that will be a split.
Top lane, Seb. He's going to try and turn and look towards GH. GH, got the stick charges. Miracle with the metamorphosis, not quite enough to find Seb, as Seb will manage to escape. The Sprout block off from Notel being used onto Kuroki, but Kuroki has still got the Splinter Blast, and Liquid will still be able to get over to OG's half of the map and take away their bounty route.
Well, I've turned it into a 2-2 for 2-for-2 for bounties, so at least still balanced. A little bit of a battle there on that top lane, though. Scary things. Something that is also fairly scary, or will be anyway, is the Juggernaut, who is farming incredibly well.
Yeah, RTW's crushed and farm on the bottom lane. Miracle does have to go for TP out to back the tier 1 tower as they get on top of him with the Firefly. Bottom, Jarex goes for the skewer. It's actually going to cost him his life as Mind Control will turn and kill him. The Omni Slash is enough to bite through the shield and get the kill onto Mind Control, though. So, despite the trade, it's going to be OG that little happy with that bottom lane as RTW just continues to get so much. At the same time, in the mid lane, Liquid see a chance to get on top with Thompson and continue to ensure that this mid lane matchup is turning into quite a treat for Matumbaman, as he is very much dominating the CS, and with the solo kill he got early on Thompson and now the kill with the help of his friends, Matu he's storming ahead in this matchup. As Thompson, he's 4th lowest on the net worth. He's suffering now, big time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see how.
Only 1,000 net worth on that Pugna. Just look at him.
Yep.
Definitely not having the greatest time.
No chill. Just pass there on GH, who just pulls away. Yeah, Miracle taking refuge in the jungle.
Just your casual Terrorblade gameplay.
That's what you
Win
do.
or lose the lane.
I think he's still fine, right? Because it's a Terrorblade.
No, he's super
This is,
fine.
I mean, this is what you do even if you win the lane.
Exactly.
Just go jungle, let someone else take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Thompson.
Mid lane Thompson is going to try and use the suck. Is the suck powerful enough? Not with the help. GA is coming in to give Matumbaman that backup required. Kill Thompson. Jarex, he might be in trouble as well. He skewered into an attempt to help Thompson. Now they look to just turn, chase him down. The shockwave is actually going to pull Matumbaman closer. He doesn't mind that. As Jarex is taken out, this mid lane, it's over. Like that mid lane is just a huge disaster for OG.
Can you catch up as a Pugna? Like,
It's a problem. This hero is definitely meant to be pressuring you, taking your creep waves away, and then just going for the tower.
I mean, in sort of an exciting turn of events, out of the lanes, this game for OG, they're looking towards the new man. ILTW, he's crushed it. He's at the free farm. He's sailing ahead. He's got to make the magic happen because OG, they need help. Mid lane ain't going great. Top lane, it went okay. But
The
bottom
ultimate
lane,
test.
that's where their power is on the jug.
Honestly, they've committed a lot of resources into making that lane work. Like if they maybe rotated mid a bit earlier a few more times, then you can pressure that Viper, but they didn't. And they did commit into helping that jug a lot, even though perhaps he didn't need so much help versus the Abaddon. But now he's on top and he's the one that's supposed to carry them. You still have the Empowerer on the jug, which is going to propel his farm.
Oh, hang on.
Hard. There's no way he kills him. He's there. No way, he's got it.
He kills it under the nose of two of them. Oh, he's going to die for it. Oh, is he? Yeah, they've got a stun.
He's dead.
But he got the courier. Notel will take that.
I mean, that's definitely worth it, honestly. Position 5 for a courier any time of the week.
Well, Seb, goodbye.
Yeah, he's gone. Could they juke that courier to the south over the cliff? Then he can just rotate through.
I mean, that looked like sort of a full team juke.
Yeah,
multiple people are like, we gotta go this way, no, this way.
It definitely did look like multiple.
Well, we gotta get it out of there. Too many cooks spoiling the broth there on that one, but this mid lane, Matu
crushing it. I mean, it's Matu Viper.
Yeah.
We expected it.
It's a green hero.
Yeah.
He's gonna have that edge.
The problem is, like, OG, they have so many offensive tools in their skill sets, right? So many offensive skills, but are they going to be able to utilize them? Liquid is full defense. You have this Wyvern, Abaddon, Viper, very tanky, massive heroes. You can't really... It's so hard to take them down. You have to do everything right, everything properly. But you do have Lasso, you have RP soon to work with, but it still looks very difficult.
Well, we're going to see on the Viper, the Midas build, which seems to be the popular one amongst the pros now. We've seen it many times over the other regions.
You scale very well with
especially when you get this sort of start, you're going to get a very good timing.
Yeah, the only thing for Viper is, though, he can't leave this lane, but I think you're satisfied with it. As a Viper, you're looking to crush the lane and stay on it as much as possible. When you're playing versus Pugna that's not rotating, sure, you just stay there, chill. Pugna going top.
And we see now, yeah, he's got the bots done. Goes for the bots first. Now it's going to help him go for the kill on Kuroki. He will use the Winter's Curse, and in fact, Kuro...
Yeah, he's still burning though.
Yeah, he is going to go down.
He used that salve to no avail, though he still falls.
Right.
Very old school build with the travels on that. He's going to be able to rotate a lot.
Mid lane, this would be a lovely killer fight to he can get in there. He's got the Omni Slash as Matu actually steps back towards the creep wave. It is going to draw RTW pretty deep. But he could have run away from that one.
Yeah, he just like he felt like he was baiting.
Maybe
I think he underestimated the damage coming out from that. I think he thought he would survive.
Power as well. Maybe he underestimated it. Yeah. And Yasha is already completed. This jug is huge, actually.
That is a level 6.
Alright,
just got that from the kill on the Viper, so use that RP instantly.
They're using that power they have, moving RTW around the map. I mean, he's massive. He's 2k ahead of anyone in the game. At the moment, just 11 minutes in.
That does mean that they have to continue that pressure, right? Because otherwise, they're just going to allow Miracle to catch up.
Yeah, you have to. You have to play around him and pressure as much as possible.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking, like, is this jug going to go for? Yeah, he doesn't need Battle Fury. He has Magnus with him, which is huge. So.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he has some stacks too, man. This is a great jug game. I would love to be this jug right now.
Yeah, this is the dream for RTW.
Yeah.
He is having a whale of a time so far this game. If you're this farmed in the first 11 minutes against Liquid,
I was never this farmed as a jug.
I must say though, I do also. I'm a little bit worried for him. Because the rest of his squad is not keeping up.
The jug is just so far.
Yeah, but the pressure is on him.
It's IRTW can't. If he messes up, then
he cannot make mistakes because nobody will be there to back him up. The rest of the team, they can make some mistakes because they got a flat Juggernaut on the team. But if the Juggernaut makes a mistake.
You have the bat with the travels. He can create space. He can rotate across the map. He can help out. There's that. You have Furion as well. So your global presence is really big. You have the travels and the Furion. I mean, you can do stuff. It's not easy, but it's possible. And Liquid, I mean, we stated this before, that you have the Cold Embrace versus Jug, you have your ulti, you have Abaddon with the shield, but even the tankiest hero on their side, the Viper, just died to that.
The level 1
Omni Slash, yeah.
Prophet is smoked. If he reveals himself, there's an Earth Spirit right around the corner waiting for him.
That same Earth Spirit's gonna get out.
So yeah, that is the right call to make there.
Yeah, stay away from the jug.
Then the only one that is by himself right now is Thompson's on his Pugna.
Found it. Winter's Curse to set up. Allow the rest of Liquid to surround him. I don't think they're going to be in time to save Thompson though. Thompson will be popped. That's going to run down. RTW is going to look for the opportunity to get a good Omni Slash off. The RP comes down to 2 of them. Is enough damage with that Omni Slash. The Cold Embrace keeps Matuma Man alive for a little bit. The Blade Fury is still there from RTW as he's trying to chase down this Viper. There's buyback from Thompson, but already with the Magna Touch from GH, they're getting so low on OG. GH keeping the rocks going, forcing OG back. RTW is trying to hit down onto Earth Spirit. GH pops the 6 charges, but will still fall. Now RTW healed up by the life drain. Blade Fury's back up, so he can use it aggressively onto Matuma Man. No Tail TPing in, looking for the block off onto Matu, but RTW can no longer get close enough to do the damage. With the skewer though, that could set up for the damage to come out, but a Cold Embrace again from Kuro keeps Matu safe. There's a blast, a decrep. The Nature's Wrath isn't enough to kill him. One more hit will do it, but he's going to be fine for now. No, the life drain. They'll get him. And Jarex, he's not done. Jumps in. Shockwave pulls back Kuro. The TPs are now coming into the middle lane, so he'll retreat.
Man, this team fight, and I really feel it for OG. I was actually cheering for them in this team fight because they're doing they're the ones trying to kill. Yeah. They're the ones that are offensive, and there's so much filth on the side of Liquid. You have that Cold Embrace. Lasso used, but it doesn't matter. Abaddon uses his ulti, shields it off. There's Viper that's just unkillable. I don't know if you noticed, the Omni Slash did absolutely no damage.
That was so sad to see. That was also a little bit unlucky.
Scary, right?
It was scary. It was scary for ILTW. Yeah. The Abaddon was there too. Like he was fine. He had to shield him when the thing came on. It literally did nothing. How are you gonna? Can you do something against Kuroki's Cold Embrace? Like, is that something you can, eliminate?
Well, later down the line, Thompson is going to have items, whether it be the dagger or such. The Cold Embrace won't matter because there'll just be such that insane amount of magical damage that Thompson can use. I mean, you sort of saw it there. There's Cold Embrace and then Decrepit Fire Blast and a Nature's Wrath comes through. It's a lot of bursts. So the Cold Embrace at a point will fall off in terms of how much of a reliable save it's going to be against this core Pugner. But certainly for now, it's definitely it's making it hard for OG to come out on top of these fights.
I mean, that last fight was alright for them.
It was alright. They keep the Jug alive.
The Viper, it's alright.
Yeah.
Seb, walking high ground.
He's charging in.
Why? Well, his team is on that side as well. I guess that's why, but he's also dead.
Viper down.
Exactly. Seb, he's making the suicidal play because the Viper's getting dove mid. Liquid, they're tunnel visioning on Seb, being like, what's this idiot doing? And Seb's like, who's the idiot now, dumbass? And then Seb, he meant intentional play because they get the bigger kill. They kill Matumba Man.
And the Metamorphosis is used for that as well. And they are on the wrong side of the map to actually push hard with that. They can still push. Double damage rune will help out as well, though. But the creep wave is not at that bottom tier 2 tower, so he can just use it to farm, which he will do, and that's great for him, but not as great as it could have been.
Radiant are scanning.
Roshan, can they sneak it in?
Well,
I think they can. There's no dire scan. They scanned to see if someone was waiting, if someone was close by.
And they're pretty quick with the Empower.
There's no one actually even trying to scout it. You could maybe send an illusion from TB, but he's not nearby.
Liquid seem unaware.
The ping coming out is a ping from Jerax, so...
Should be though, like you're playing versus Jug, it's always a possibility. Going to take Roche.
They've got it, yeah. RLTW.
And this is one scary Jug, right?
He just continued to be matched the whole game mid lane. They go for the burst onto the Winter Wyvern. A quick Winter's Curse holds back Thompson. LTW doesn't have Omni Slash back up for about 40 seconds. But still very strong nonetheless.
It's really important that Wyvern survive there because he has those skills that are necessary to defend the towers.
Prophet teleporting out, they don't get there in time.
They should know that there's a ward here.
Yeah. They're picking it out as well.
It's been around for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Honestly, these deep wards are allowing them to play the way they're playing on the side of OG. You have these wards that don't get devorded, then you can go into Rosh Pit and take it because you know where they are.
You know, that's something that I've noticed in the last couple of days, that we've seen so many sentries on the map. Obviously, Virtus Pro are the biggest culprit of that, with the whole map covered in sentries. But this map too, if you look at it, there's like 6 sentries at least on the side of from the side of OG on the map, and on the side of Liquid, I think about 3, 4. I can't really see it that much, but still.
Are they pinstering him? There is no till here. Nah, he should be fine. I assume he should.
They're starting to head back.
He has a port and a void here.
Yeah, so if he's ever spooked,
but when you talk about the sentries, it's because
Matsu is going to TP in, but he's going to TP straight on Omnislash. They do have the Cold Embrace. Omnislash will bounce around, cleaning the creep wave. There's a blast from the side. Blade Fury as RTW will attempt to chase down Matumba Man. They get the RP down, dragging them back into the clutches of RTW. That's going to be the Matumba Man Viper dead. As well as Kuroki, the Winter's Curse will not be enough to kill Thompson, but Miracle with his meta certainly will. But can he kill RTW? There's a lot of damage coming out of the Jug. The Orphotic Shield will keep Miracle safe. Is now ready for round 2. Aegis is popped. Roll forward, but the Blade Fury is out immediately. Sprout contains Miracle for now. RTW is still trying his best to fight this, as he has got an incredible amount of damage if he can get on top of him. But Miracle kites him up, keeps the distance, turns around with the ranged hits, and RTW is dead. Liquid rolling, clean up the Jug twice. Jerax looking to hide in the tree line, goes for the blink out. Have they got any way of finding him? They cannot reach that farthest corner.
It's a massive fight.
I mean, that Jug is so strong, but it's what Sheev said before. He's the only one dealing that huge damage, right? Like, look at his team. Like, look at that fight. Look at his damage and everyone on his team. It's like
sad.
They are doing nothing when it comes to that. They offer some control, definitely, but that's about it.
And Terrorlane's catching up on farm. Miracle stayed alive that fight, so I got a nice thunder off on GH there as well to make sure that he did just that, and I think that could be the turning point for the game. Like, we've seen OG basically in the lead and taking the first steps in terms of movement, and Liquid just reacting. I think from here on out, it's gonna be Liquid calling the shots.
It could be, but you have to understand also that Liquid was... Oh, here we go.
Going on the Abaddon. Mind Control slows the shield and the ult. Winter's Curse down will cause a few troubles for Seb, but he gets beaten down pretty low by his teammate RTW. They've got the Qualifier. They're looking to chase down this Abaddon. Does still have the borrowed time if Liquid want to try and turn this around. We'll see what they can do as Mind Control will be sprouted, and it seems like Liquid have no interest in coming in to help him out, as this is just Mind Control trying to waste the maximum amount of time. He's got another shield. He's still running. They've got a bit of denies himself as well, so time wasted there. Nicely by Mind Control.
I mean, that's a lot of time for an Abaddon though, with the whole team, almost your whole team.
And they don't even get the kill.
Yeah. Usually a hero that's hard to kill overall, but at least you want to stop him from denying himself. Okay. Unfortunate. They do have that RP and the double damage. Whoever gets caught is certainly gonna die.
Yeah. Do you guys think, I mean, it's a butterfly thing, apparently for, oh, nice kick.
Nice kick.
It's a...
Sprout up, knock him back, but he still has the roll.
Yeah, Seb is still on his tail though. Seb got a couple of stacks up.
Seb will be able to block it. He'll try and kick Seb away, but Seb's already done the job there, blocking the roll off.
So right now, ILTW is queuing up the butterfly. Is that, like, he's skipping BKB? Is that right?
But Butterfly's great. I mean, you have two cores that don't really want to get an MKB early. You know, Terrorblade doesn't want to build an MKB.
No.
So the evasion's going to be very nice for him. And
do you need a BKB later?
More damage is always good.
Still 2.5 to get it.
No, but I mean, what does BKB really do for you this game? Manta Style's enough. The silence is annoying. Top lane, they find the Terrorblade. That's Miracle gone, and RTW, he's wrapping him from the side. Does still have the Omni Slash to rely on if he needs to do so. Golden Embrace is going to go down, but Kuro ain't getting out of this one. They've got more than enough magical burst damage to deal around it. As OG will move on now off the back of finding these kills and position themselves towards the mid lane. With the Omni Slash and the RP at the ready, big things are certainly ready to go as mid lane. Seb leads in, getting the vision on the high ground. And they have to be careful, Liquid, they don't get caught out by an RP from Jerax. Fortification forced out. RTW still standing strong, but now beginning to respect the fact that Liquid will have the full 5-man back in the game. As OG will back up. Jerax very close to having Shadow Blade on top of the big Link Dagger, so the ability to make those surprise jumps even more hard to read from Liquid. Notel will try and keep it. Whoa! I guess he didn't have the roll up in time, as there is no way to hold him back. Notel gets out of there. OG are able to disengage, make sure that everyone gets away from Liquid's half of the map when they all respawn, and none of OG will be caught out today. Still 23 minutes in. 2k lead for OG. We are seeing the catch-up game come into place though, with Miracle's Terrorblade being very close to the farm of ILTW's Jug. Despite ILTW having that incredible acceleration at the beginning of the game. The gap is being closed.
It is. Game is still 2k goal in favor of the side of OG, but I don't think that you can feel that in the gameplay at all.
But I mean, 2k goal's nothing. You know,
exactly.
It's you know, that's a very close game that we're seeing at the moment.
You feel the experience game? I just feel like it feels even, which in my opinion favors Liquid more than it does OG.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. It's an mag and a jug. Like these heroes scale very well. This jug's going to be incredibly relevant at all points of the game. Top lane, skewer back on the Abaddon. They found Mind Control out alone, and again he may take some time to kill. But without any backup, he should slowly
deny himself is the question.
That he may be able to do that. We'll see here.
Let's see. He's gonna try.
See if he gets the timing.
They know that that's gonna happen. There's definitely
go for the deny. Oh, he might even die because now there is backup. Miracle and Man are here, but the shield's popped and Mind Control will fall. Not able to get the deny off as the Blade Fury is enough from RTW. Finishes off the kill. GH hanging around with the invis room, but a sentry was down, so OG well aware of that situation. Another sentry comes out from Notel to make sure the GH can't get on top of them. As OG, we'll see what they can make happen with that 30 seconds without the Abaddon, and the top tier 2 tower will be the objective taken. Full Shadow Blade picked up for Jerax now. So the superior catch-up catch out can be ready from the Magnus. They've got to be careful with their positioning, Liquid. A solid RP could be incredibly deadly. They have so much follow-up damage with this now level 18 Juggernaut as RTW is hunting. But as a GH, but Tummerman, does he really want to TP into this? He is. He's going to go for this one. But it leads straight away towards RTW. RTW, he's hunting down. He has to get rid of the Wyvern, otherwise he cannot Omni Slash because of the Cold Embrace save. And now look towards Tummerman, can't go for an Omni straight away. There's two illusions, but now the illusions disappear. The bounce is around Miracle over towards Tummerman, but still not enough damage. He's having to retreat. The buyback's there from Kuroki. The jump fall, but the instant Winter's Curse. Kuro making sure the RP doesn't catch Liquid off guard. As Miracle ready to turn. Metamorphosis out, and they'll charge forward towards RTW. Roll forward from GH, the Manta Star from RTW in an attempt to get away from this chase of the Earth Spirit. Dodges the stun, and now the backup's here. Thompson turns. The Decrepify Blast Life Train will suck down GH, but Kuro, again, the Cold Embrace keeps that man alive. The Seb's in trouble, pounded down by Miracle, but Thompson, Decrepify, the saves coming out from both sides, keeping everybody alive. Seb will be able to walk away.
How did only Jerix and the Winter Wyvern Kuroki die in that fight? That was super clutch.
And we're seeing just how well these teams play around each other, the control, the ability to know when they can go back in to help one another.
And that buyback, that curse at the exact right time, it could have been so disastrous for Liquid if they actually got caught by that. That would have blown the game completely open for OG to actually take a fight and win the fight and push, probably take the entire mid-racks for that as well. They do end up being able to take Roach. I don't think Liquid knows that this is happening, or maybe he doesn't want to deal with
even
that.
if they come, it's hard to contest, because at this point, exact point of the game, there's no Winter's Curse. They do have RP obviously up on the Magnus, because it was, Kuro with a brilliant play earlier did cancel it, but it does mean Jax has got it now if Liquid try and come towards the pit. As Roche is falling very quickly, No-Tail with his position as well, just parading in the dire jungle to make sure that any sort of notice of a movement is given to him.
Again.
He's going to charge forward. He's found the lasso onto the Viper. Backup is there from Kurodi. He's going to pop down the Winter's Curse. The Crepify from Thompson, nicely done, making sure that his teammates don't hit into Seb for now for the duration of the curse. And RTW is on top of Matumberman. The suck from Thompson kills off the Viper. Viper's gone. There's a TP out just in time as the Sprout did come down onto mind control, but he knew that there was no stun. Miracle, all whilst it's happening, pushing up top lane, making most of the space, trying to keep the pressure on. So despite getting the Roshan, it's a little harder for OG to push up on the top lane, but they don't care. Mid lane creeps are moving up towards the base. They're ready to try and go towards the high ground. RP still ready, and no Matsu for 30 seconds. The racks are exposed, and they'll start to push in. Kuro's not got a Winter's Curse now for this hold. It's going to be hard for Liquid.
Maybe forcing out a buyback 20 seconds. Nature's Prophet did just die to Miracle, so I'm not sure if they want to continue going for this.
That's mind control. Disarmed.
10 seconds.
I'm going to go for a bit of a blast, just doing everything they can, but RTW knows he can stand on the front line. Does get kicked back for now, but he moves back in with the Blade Fury. Mind control is going to be forced to have the borrowed time pop. They're leading in onto RTW. A try for the man to dodge, still gets hit by the stun, and now Viper's back in the game.
Get Max, get out.
Stones are starting to get blasted down. Joke's getting pretty low here, but the blast on the split nearly enough. He's going to be kept alive by the Sunder. Miracle will keep him safe. Kuro as well with the Cold Embrace means the Matumberman will be fine. As now OG backing off out of the base. RTW still has that Aegis to rely on.
That was almost a disaster. He sundered, but at the same time Omni Slash went over him. That could have been so much worse.
Yeah, the Manta just in time to be able to diffuse some of the damage and get some of the bounces to go elsewhere other than the main hero.
The brotherly love coming out between Miracle and Matu there.
Yeah, he almost killed both.
Live or die together by the blade.
Ride or die.
Oh, still a 6k lead for OG as they got the most done with that Aegis, and they still have it.
Well, yeah.
As RLTW, I think, the last time we sort of saw OG, what was it, at the minor, it looked a little shaky, but as with all things, takes a bit of time, and we're seeing already in these first two series, RLTW is really warm to the team, and it's working out. He's playing very well.
It's actually a difference.
Yeah.
But it's a bit different about the way the whole team plays. It's not only him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's how they've adapted to him.
It's not only him.
They're letting him play his game. They're trusting in their carry. But still, it's not going to make things easy. It's Liquid. This is a tough matchup for OG. It's bottom lane. They'll get the grab onto Miracle, starting to drag him with the lasso. Up at the high ground, the Netherward has been dropped down. OG's going to lead forward. Looking to focus onto the Terrorblade. RTW turns towards Mind Control. The quick blast doesn't kill him before he gets the borrowed time out. The borrowed time there. Miracle turns with the Sunder. Looking to beat into RTW. RTW does not have the RP up. Jarex will skewer Miracle away in an attempt to keep his Juggernaut safe. RTW has to be careful. Still 30 seconds before his ultimate's back up and he's lost Jerax. Thompson down as well. Will buy back. GH is there with the chasing and get a further catch. He's going to get the slow down across, trying to find Thompson, but he won't get the connection. RTW moving back into the blade. Fury Man still popped as well. Still 20 seconds without the Omni Slash, so he's going to fall. Should get a chance to use it with the second life for the Aegis of Liquid. Can't kill him quick enough. Matuma Man still standing on the front trying to beat into him. But Seb's there with the chase down as the sticky napalm begins to stack up. Matu goes for the Viper Strike onto Seb. But ILTW should have the damage. He'll get the minus off.
Value minus. At least that's something. And terribly it also survives. So time after time they just sack this Viper. They just sack Matu.
Yeah.
In these situations he's always the sacrificial lamb. Feels bad, man.
You know what you mentioned earlier about having to play around or playing around different targets and stuff? That is something that OG was one of the teams that excelled at when Miracle was still on the side of OG. So they learned from that, and they know how to do that very well.
We've got full butterfly now for Miracle. MKB though, the counter there at the perfect timing for RTW. He has it done.
It's perfect for him. For Terribly, not really. You want to be ahead. You want to be one step ahead of that item. You want to get it, then maybe get a team fight or two. But sadly, that MKB is already completed, and it's gonna hurt that next time.
Well, this jug is stacked thanks to the power of the Empower. Jerax, the support Magnus. You're seeing why it can work absolutely in the support position. He doesn't need the farm priority when he can just get the farming power from that support
He
to his
doesn't have
position
the
one.
anymore. Do you still want to push this? Oh, what is Papa doing on the other side of the barracks?
Oh, he is in Hotel. He's getting the ward down behind them, so they have fantastic vision for these future attempts to push in. Having that ward there makes it that easier to see how far back they're sitting, because they're going to be aware of the RP potential. So they are going to be underneath that ward most of the time, Liquid, when those bottom lane pushes come through.
And he can snipe the courier now that they're out, and he might be able to do that. They do know that Miracle is here as well. Well, they did. They pinged it out.
Jerax. So want to try and go for the catch.
They go for the
Mind control. Winter's Curse is actually going to come out for Kuro. It's only onto Thompson holding him back. So now with the Winter's Curse gone, it's easier for Jerax to try and find a good RP for the team now.
Still the Cold Embrace to be worried about.
They've got good magical burst. Mind control will be saved. Borrowed time has been proc though. As the mid-range racks is cleaned up by OG. No-Tail starting to put a bit of the rat push, split push pressure onto the tier 3 tower bottom, but Matu and Mind Control are there to clean it up.
You know what's crazy actually, because they got the mid-racks as the first one. That is normally the toughest one to take, and now they've got this Nature's Prophet that can split push. Like even if they weren't able to push high ground here, which they are.
RTW. He's just charging in. He knows that he's strong.
Doesn't care about split push.
He does not.
Take your whole base.
Yeah, they just go high ground. But later on, they could fall back on that if they need to. At the moment, it doesn't feel like they need to though. The pressure is ever ongoing. No-Tail.
They have found the Prophet. No-Tail will dodge out the roll, and that is not going to get him out. They'll catch the Prophet. No-Tail got the 70. Now down bottom, they can maybe see if they can get a bit of a fight started, knowing that there's a member less on OG, and indeed OG already backing off. They know that Liquid's got the numbers. They're popping the smoke to get in and close onto ILTW. ILTW does have an Omni available. The Metamorphosis is coming out from Miracle. ILTW being started. Poke them out the only step, but it's going to back for the ancient. It's not going to do any damage at all to the members of Liquid. He has the Blade Fury TP to get himself out of there. They've got no back up. They can hold him back, but he's still got teammates around. Seb's there as well as Jerax. Jerax leading in the RP. Locks down Miracle. They're trying to get RTW in for the damage, but he's already dead. They've lost the jug. Liquid now turning towards Jerax. He's out with the Shadow Blade. That doesn't look like they have detection. So Jerax will be able to sneak out of there with the invis. But ILTW is down. They get the big kill, and they put a stop to OG pushing any further.
That curse being up again, I did not expect that. It didn't look like OG was expecting that either. That is a lot shorter than... well, that felt a lot shorter than it was. Or than it is. Great fight from Liquid. They defend their base. They didn't lose anything extra other than that mid-Rex, which was kind of already lost anyway. And they get the main prize, killing off ILTW. The only thing that Liquid needs to do is buy time in this game. And they are doing exactly that. In these fights, one mistake could cost them the whole game. But they're holding, and they're holding on quite nicely.
So, hey, what do you reckon about this lizard? He's got the Aghanim Viper. Not a lot. Aghanim Viper.
yeah, you can. It's not something that we see very often.
No, not at all.
But he's gonna be able to dish out multiple ultimates onto that Jug, honestly, because you don't really care about anyone else, do you? As long as you can.
Radiant
As long as you can keep him controlled and slow down, then that Terrorblade can just kill him from distance.
Yeah. And you just sort of have that extra sort of magical damage against these saves, like the Decrepify means that no longer the Decrepify is that reliable. The people are still going to take a lot of damage. I imagine he did take the plus 100 Viper attack DPS on the Viper.
Most likely, if you went for that,
get in the axe,
right? But it's very interesting though to go for that.
Yeah.
It's not an item that we see on Viper very often. But if there is a player that knows what correct builds on Viper, that's definitely matter for every single match.
I like it. It's good against that Jug. You can constantly slow him, even through
the Blade Fury and the Decrepify, two things that you would normally see as big saves against a Viper, are now more redundant because you have more ways to and more frequency of being able to throw stuff out against them.
Yeah, you don't have a 4-staff in
Did he just dag in a creep?
one though, or
He did.
any mobility. Yeah, he did. In situations like that one.
We won't judge.
It's all about positioning in this game, though. Honestly, the way Seb is playing and the way Jerax is playing is just marvelous. Jerax in some of these teamfights, he just cures the Terrorblade away from the Jug. Seb, he lassos, even though he knows that lasso is not gonna last for way too long. Abaddon just clears it with his shield.
And they're all on the same page.
They really are.
Like, their movements are just, they make the same decisions at the same times, probably without
made.
Oh,
Miracle.
Was that?
Double tap.
You don't want to jump on it immediately, so now Miracle's going to have backup in time. Now he'll go back in, Seb. He'll go for the lasso, but the Winter's Curse is going to back playing with the Sun. The Miracle's back up to full. RTW goes to the Omni Slash, check the Crimson Guard out. There's just no damage, it seems. Liquid are going to be pretty fine to keep the fight going. RTW have to put the Blade Fury in. It's have to get out, but the body blocks there from GH with the slow from the Skadi through that magic immunity. ILTW will fall.
Did Seb see something we didn't? Why did he blink?
No, he double tapped his blink, which blinks you back to the fountain, towards your base. He misclicked.
I guess.
That was 100%
I thought that maybe
misclick.
he saw Abaddon or someone like that. But yeah, when a Terrorblade is in front of you like that, you go for him.
Oops.
Oh. He did blink out afterwards from the Winter's Curse, which was really nice.
Do they have any damage? With the Flamebreak and the Firefly, Kuro's falling pretty low, and the Shockwave will finish him off. Can they poke around with Miracle? They're going to try and chase him, but Matthew's there with the wraparound. Viper strike down onto Seb. Seb being focused, gets himself out of range of the poison out of the break. Jarek now turned upon it. Miracle Sunders back up to full, taking Jarek's life.
Not yet.
No, he's still fine.
You're right, Jarek.
He was decrepified. He survived because of Pagna.
Yeah.
That was marvelously positioned on that high ground there.
Yeah.
And Matthew.
Teleport him to base.
I'm going to, of course, whilst this is all going on, just consistently going for the split push pressure, making sure that even if a fight is bad, the momentum is going to be up against Liquid.
Yeah, those range racks eventually will fall. We see the drawings on the minimap.
I mean, you really do not care too much. This is something that you have to deal with. You're playing versus a Prophet. You have to accept it, honestly. It's a position 5 Prophet. You can't really invest way too much into stopping him from doing his Prophet things. After all, you have this Terrorblade. If you finish the Daedal, it's like you're gonna take a full side in a matter of seconds if you have a proper team fight on their side of the map.
What is Juggernaut building?
Nullify.
Qualifier,
Yeah.
He's got a queued up.
It's not. Okay. Yeah, it's not a rapier. Don't worry.
Onto the Roche they go. But still no BKB. Liquids are at. He doesn't really need a BKB.
Yeah, you don't.
He's got Blade Fury.
Yeah. Even if he gets that BKB, you're still Viper strike.
If he gets BKB, he's never going to kill this Terrorblade.
Mind control getting very low here.
Oh, Sam. Whoa. I mean, that's Miracle with a Daedalus Field punching very hard here. He does get the Omni Slash out, but is he actually able to kill anyone during it? They do get two, but the Blade Fury will not keep him safe at this point as the right clicks are just too much from Miracle. But will be a buyback as they're looking to get themselves back towards the pit. Miracle just punching so hard with this Daedalus, just killing off the entirety of OG.
3 buybacks on the side of Liquid, 3 buybacks on the side of OG. This Roshan means the world to these teams right now.
And they've found another outside of the pit. OG, they're throwing everything into this. They need to do something about Miracle, but I think it's too late.
Okay, are we gonna see a Rampage?
I think we certainly are. Noctail's gone. Miracle with this Daedalus just turning up and shredding the entire team of OG.
They have Shadowblade, they have RP.
They have to go for
Oh, he tries! He's got a couple! But the joke's been up in the air! But the clubs are going out! They can't kill him, they've got to run! They've got to get away!
There's no buyback.
He's dead!
He's going to get slowed up off the Manchester, but indeed, that's going to be another kill for Miracle!
That's game. They have a Terrorblade. Surely that's game. Can they defend? Can they hold?
I mean,
They've still got tier 2s, man.
They don't have creeps nearby.
They have Terrorblade pushing in.
Yeah, you don't have travels though. So you're gonna settle with Aegis and then you're gonna try to push.
Okay.
As you can see, Seb is instantly going to push it.
I mean, OG will have another chance to get, but they have this huge issue now with the Terrorblade.
4?
4? Head?
4 head.
4 head.
He wanted to try to do the Roche timing. It's 40 minutes something.
40 minutes something.
So like,
just right.
we'll type the roast down. Oh shit, I'm typing in all chat.
That's Matu coming in.
Uh-oh.
Seb.
Oh no, he's fine. He's beefy. And Jarek's desperately pushing back out that middle lane, but as we see, they have to find some way.
That would be a nice career to get.
I love how Jarex is just trying to buy time. Seb tried to do the same on bottom, but Matu just stopped him. Oh, with that blink, the creeps aren't going to follow him though.
Mid lane.
Oh, if he doesn't have meta, that's the only thing stopping them from pushing right now.
They have to kill this Terrorblade, but it's so hard. It's almost impossible. If they don't kill him,
how do they control him? They have lasso and
this guy that was just clicked on, Abaddon, you have to control him somehow.
Yeah.
If you manage to control him, perhaps then you can control the TV. The whole reason why they lost that fight is because Seb went into next to the Terrorblade because he thought Abaddon is dead. But Abaddon survives, heals up the Terrorblade, uses the shield on him, and suddenly Seb is dead because he's useless. He cannot use the lasso. So I completely understand. He got so baited there, and he had no buyback. If Abaddon died next to the Roche pit, Terrorblade dies as well.
Top lane is being pushed out also by Thompson, or Thompson. No, that was just me being.
And by the Prophet, Notos just keeps going for the pushes, keeping the split push pressure on. As long as they can keep Liquid away from the high ground, they can keep this game going. Maybe get to a point where, I mean, at this point, ILTW, he's like his next item to really make the abs. Did he get the nullifier finished on the jug?
I suppose
he did not.
He bought back. He died back, basically.
Yeah, you're right. He's lost a lot of money.
Back to the butterfly.
Yeah, I mean,
he needs something.
I mean, at this point, I think maybe just get it. They need some damage, a lot of damage to kill Miracle. He's got to make sure these Omni Slashes, people die, because you're seeing at the moment RTW goes in with an Omni Slash, then he has to Blade Free to back out, and the Blade Free of course doesn't save him, because there's a Metamorphosized Terrorblade punching him for 1k each damage.
Really help with that? That's the question now. Yeah, he's gonna miss a couple of those attacks, but
you're still gonna get pummeled by this Terrorblade. You have to. They've got to kill this Terrorblade somehow.
I'd agree with you. I think damage is necessary. He needs to hit.
You gotta go all in.
Can they get like something like a halberd on the Prophet or something to make sure that he can't attack?
I mean, yeah, you have the Crepify, maybe a halberd would be good. You have the Solar Crest as well that hasn't really helped way too much, but
they need something, because at this point Miracle is
they need a miracle.
Terrifying.
They don't have more.
I mean, this is going to happen with the way that he's pushing out lanes, so not sort of the biggest of losses. I mean, it does make
though. It is a big
because now they don't have to worry about any split pressure.
It's a position fight that. Oh, all right, Seb.
They do also have Seb working on these lanes.
Yeah, did they save that one creep wave though? Do they have it?
I think they do. They've got it with them at the tier 2. Yeah, they've got the creeps with them at the tier 2.
They have to save that creep wave. If they can manage to do that, they can push.
Yeah.
Are they gonna push? No? Alright. They're still very careful.
Yeah.
I guess like pushing versus RP and versus Lasso is still difficult even if you have so many saves.
One good RP and Omni Slash could end it all. I say and the push.
Yeah, I mean it's just hard because of the fact they have this fantastic lineup to counter RPs.
Yeah.
With the Abaddon and the Wyvern, it's just so hard for a good RP to do anything as game changing as you need to. And he's now dead for 90 seconds with that buyback, Jarex.
Yeah, that Wyvern was just a genius pick.
Yeah, I mean we see Kuro's had some clutch plays this game. Run away! Nice block off there of Miracle, but GH will still be able to proceed. Have the Yule Scepter. Oh no, will dodge the stun though. And no, rounds TP out. Nothing else to hold him back.
Alright, I wonder why he rolled there. Like he could have waited for for the port to happen first. I think what he was thinking, maybe he doesn't have a port, he's gonna try to use his skill instead of the item, and then you can silence him, obviously, but yeah, I don't know. That I expected him to die there. We're gonna see a hex on Viper soon too.
I mean, Matsu knows if they hex RTW, it's pretty much over. Like,
the refresher on Winter Wyvern is huge too. No tail.
and he's keeping the game going.
Yeah.
He's keeping the game going. They get the grab, but instantly countered with the curse.
Matsu still taking a lot of damage
And
though.
he's able to keep the distance, turn around with the Viper strike. That spell life still going to start healing him back up on the Viper.
Seb.
And Seb.
Getting neck crap.
Oh, RTW, he'll get the Wyvern at least.
That's it.
He has to TP back out of this one, and he will do so. Nothing, obviously, other than the Winter's Curse to cancel the Blade Fury TP.
Seb bought back for that though. Can they? Do they have to get something in return? Like,
I mean, yeah, he bought back. He misread the situation, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe thought the Liquid were going to still continue to try and fight on, but Liquid instantly backing off after they've lost Kuroki. You don't want to risk taking a fight into an RP without your Wyvern.
I guess OG does want to try and take a fight now.
Yeah, because
They're gonna look for it.
Liquid went back because he bought back, right? If he didn't buy back, maybe they wouldn't go back.
No. Well, DD here, give that to RTW. I mean, now they've got damage. They've got to. If they can get an RP onto the tablet, they will get a grab. Here, finding the Air Spirit.
Has Yules. Matu is there. Oh, BKB.
And GH is out.
Alright.
That's a 22k lead.
Well, I mean, not the biggest spell in this game, considering there's so many things.
But it's one of the few things that you can have to lock people down. They don't have too much disable. But yeah, they have an RP and a lasso. That's it.
Usually, that's more than enough.
Sure.
If you're playing versus Wyvern Abaddon, that's very different.
You kind of want more.
Nether Toxin Silence.
That's super good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Oh, the Radiance coming out. Radiance Abaddon. You already have the MKB on the Juggernaut, of course.
I mean, the big thing as well with that is, if say you get caught in an RP, but then the Abaddon's going to save you. If you get that Nether Toxin Silence down on sort of the RP'd area,
It does not matter.
yeah, you can't Omni Slash.
You can Manta, but you're not going to be able
It's really hard to get the slash.
Unless you BKB.
But then you're not going to have that. I mean, maybe he does get a late game BKB RTW, but it's unlikely to change the situation.
Yeah.
Sure, then he gets an Omni Slash off, but he's still not going to kill anyone. Yeah, he has to get damage with these slots.
Yeah. He's going for it. So.
He is going for it.
I mean, it's...
He keeps changing his mind because he does not have butterfly yet.
He just has a talisman.
Yeah, talisman of evasion.
As there's no MKB, I suppose.
And he has a talisman of evasion instead of his boots.
He has travels though, no? He doesn't.
Did he? I don't think so. Oh,
He did show them buying travels earlier.
Seb has, he had them Seb has no buyback. He just used his buyback. That's when he's committing for this.
So the Hex and the Viper Strike.
They're so deep.
Oh, but GH just gets bursted, but he gets the BKB out in time. He's still alive. They've actually found as well Jarex out of the base. Jarex does have buyback though.
Yeah.
GH gets healed up.
And they're ready to push. Miracle's pot the meta. He's gonna go. Surely they want to try and go home.
10k
10k gold?
Come on, huh?
Show off.
Buy his MKB at least.
Has a shard, by the way, as well.
He's got a lot of money, Miracle.
I mean, he can buy a shard. He can buy MKB at least. I don't think
Yeah.
he's committing to it.
Maybe he wants Rapier. He wants to style.
Maybe it's the Jabate from Jug holding that talisman. He buys MKB to buy something else.
Maybe.
They're 24k gold.
Yeah,
ahead
back
for
to
Liquid.
surely.
10k of that is sitting in Liquid's
There we go.
inventory.
Now he's bought the MKB. Back to base he goes. But yeah, so as you say, if he does get this BKB, I don't think it's going to make the situation any better for OG.
No, I don't see it. I mean, versus that Nether Toxin, I suppose you need it now. You're going to die without it.
Yeah,
but even if you buy it, like, how does that change the fact that you don't have the damage?
I mean, surely then you'd rather rely on someone else on your team to get a 4-staff or something, you know, rather than you having to expend a slot for an item that doesn't really change much. Or we'll see, maybe a clutch player will come up with a BKB and with a perfect sort of RP and the Empower, they can still kill everyone. But
the shield talent. It's pretty big.
I mean, it's
Some more difficulty for them.
Yeah. How much health did that block in total now? It's like
400?
400, 500. It's a huge one. E-blade.
Played on that.
All right.
So some more saves versus that damage from Terrorblade once he locks onto the target.
Roche is gonna be up again soon.
Oh, Thompson. Why? Oh,
What?
ho, ho, ho.
All right.
Oh, he just got in, and Miracle was not expecting that one.
All right.
He was not expecting that one. Winter's Curse?
Omni Slash! That's a cheat!
Oh!
That's another
They're going to have to try some buybacks here. GH has got to get back in on this one. They're going to put the refresh. The second Winter's Curse, that doesn't do much apart from Jetto down the back. The blast is there from Thompson, but Timmerman's falling low and he has to retreat. He's trying to get out of here. As they're running back, but the E-Blade from Seb slows down the fight, but they drag her back in. Cold embrace by some time for the Timmerman on the side of it all. Miracle's ready to go back. He's pulled back. They're looking to fight into this one Liquid. They'll take down Thompson.
I mean, you force the TB to buyback.
They forced 2 buybacks.
He has plenty of gold. That doesn't
That's
matter.
not about gold. If you kill him once again like that, that's game.
You really think they can be killing him again like that?
He just got solo killed. It can happen. Thompson just walked up and blasted him. If that happens now, it could be game over
If
for
that
Liquid.
happens now, he's gonna have an Aegis because Roshan is up, and I think they're gonna make a beeline for. Actually,
Rush though, while you're being split pushed, so it's a problem. You have to deal with this.
they're going mid though.
Oh, all right.
They know there's no RP.
Yeah, but
They're gonna force Thompson to buy back.
this is so dangerous.
Meta?
Don't take ages for it.
I think they just feel confident with that, with knowing there's no RP, no Omni Slash.
I guess, yeah.
So without those two, they know it's very hard for them to really kill Miracle. And they're going to at least get the mid-racks, maybe mid-racks and rush. We'll see how safe Liquid want to play it.
I mean, you didn't need that the last time you killed him, but sure. You just need this Thompson to buy back, and then
Yeah, but even that,
back.
Okay, so now maybe there'll be a little. We'll see how safe Liquid play.
There's E-Blade. E-Blade into Dagon, the crab fight. It's like taking down that New Year's boss.
Yeah, the year beast.
The year beast, yeah.
top lane
They're
is
making the combo to take down the year beast, basically.
That's what you got to do this game against this.
There's
40k net worth.
Alright, so double zap.
Double zap.
Doubles up.
Give it a clap.
Roche is up.
I'll see. So Thompson, RTW has the BKB. So we'll see if that does allow him to get that clutch Omni Slash off, as you say, against another Toxin Silence, and if, despite the fact he doesn't have sort of butterfly, he'll still have enough damage. Winter's Curse is up. Liquid do have ways to fight around the pit, but they do have to be careful with Miracle. Can't afford to let him go down without buyback. Sprout comes out for no tail, trying to separate and jump forward. There's the first curse down. It's only going to hold down one. And RTW is still in the pit, hanging on to Roach. Roll up for GH. He's going to look to try and interrupt it in time. They'll get this control off onto the Juggernaut. Just getting burst low, but GH is up in the air with the BKB. RTW is forced, but he gets Johnny Says out with the nothing to bounce to. He's going to be able to kill them all, and they bounce it over the Miracle. Controls while falling low. RTW, BKB, and Blade Fury as he looks to retreat. He used them both at the same time here in a bit of a panic, as it seems. Miracle Sunder back up to health with the help of Kuro sacrificing his own life.
The stages.
And GH is down, and the RP. Miracle. He dragged back. Another Thunder onto Jax. Miracle's back up to full turn towards RTW. Oh no, everyone down. Fury's trying to retreat. Miracle is underneath Seb with the Firefly. The Daedalus hit's not enough to kill off Seb. Sprout comes out for no tail, holding Miracle back. Thompson's around, hiding in that pit. Gets the blink off. Buyback's there from RTW. Buyback as well from Matumberman. RTW heading back towards the pit set, gets Hex. Matumberman with the Viper strike down upon him. The Toxin Silence as well. RTW trying to lead in onto Matumberman. No-Tail TP's in. Wrap around from Mind Control and Miracle as they're ready to get on top of No-Tail with the reflection. They'll look towards the Prophet. No-Tail cannot escape. As No-Tail is down, he has got buyback.
That Abaddon taking that Aegis is the biggest thing ever. That is what saved that entire fight.
Honestly, mechanically and strategically, this is one of the best games I've ever witnessed so far. It's so good it broke my microphone.
Twice.
They're ready to push into the base. There's no Magnus for 50 seconds.
Are scanning.
Well, the Mag, OG suffer with ways to get in. A lot of this is on Thompson to just blow some fools up.
They're gonna have to give
With
up
the curse.
this lane.
It's going to hold the two of them down, making space for them to finish off the racks, and Miracle's ready to step forward with the Metamorphosis. The Hex is out onto Thompson. The spell from No Telling Attempt to save him will not be effective as Thompson's down for 2 minutes. ILTW dead as well, both without buyback. They do manage to drag Mind Control in underneath the fountain, but he's in a bad end. He has borrowed time. He also has the cheese. He's also got a cold embrace from his Bao Kuroki, as he knows he can just head in. He can just start toying with them in the fountain as Miracle hits the base. Going for the game. GG is called, and Liquid will take game 1.
What a game.
What a game.
What
Can
a
we?
game. Seriously, this game is...
That was a good performance from both teams. I mean, we sort of saw their